So, has anyone noticed all the satanic stuff going on? From Epstein to just last week, I saw a press conference by a sheriff out of Florida about a satanic group called the Temple of Love. The sheriff received a tip that 14-year-old Jose Pagan was planning to do a mass shooting at a local church. Once arrested, they found child exploitation images on his computer. He was linked to a neo-Nazi satanic group known as the Temple of Love, which the internet says promotes violence as a form of spiritual enlightenment. There are a lot of these kinds of online groups that are loosely affiliated with the Order of the Nine Angles, or O9A. I already did a video on these guys, but the O9A is kind of an occult, satanic, neo-Nazi group that started in the UK in the 1960s. It advocates for what they call a sinister path to disrupt society. Some of them practice accelerationism, which is a process to hasten the collapse of the current world order. It sounds really nefarious, but it's mostly just teenage guys and 20-somethings being online edgelords. A group named The Com, which is short for The Community, has some O9A people claiming membership. It's made of multiple cybercriminal networks whose crimes range from swatting and hoax bomb threats to extortion and sextortion of minors and cyber attacks. Linked to the Com network is The Cult, spelled CVLT, which is a nihilistic group identified by police as a violent extremist child abuse ring. Then the group 764 emerged from the Cult network. This is described as a decentralized international online sextortion network. The Atomwaffen Division and No Lives Matter advocate for violence, terrorism, and the destruction of humanity. And I've heard of all of these groups, but the Temple of Love is a new one. From what I could find, they may have been created by a guy who was a member of some of these online groups that I just mentioned. The way the Temple of Love is spelled is a clue to where they may have come from. There's this group called Temple of Blood, spelled the same, temple with an EL and of as OV. The Temple of Blood describes itself as a hybrid between a satanic coven and a religious militant order. It was started by a guy named Sutter and his wife. According to Wikipedia, Sutter was arrested in 2003 by the FBI for attempting to buy an illegal firearm. While he was in prison, he became an FBI informant. The FBI paid Sutter over $140,000 from 2003 to 2021, and he used some of that money to start Marinette Press, which published satanic, neo-Nazi type stuff. And all these groups that commingle online are a lot alike. Some guy just invents a new name for a group that does the same thing, and it's not a lot of people, but these guys can do so much damage to underage kids. So why are they doing this stuff in the name of Satan and ending up with long jail sentences? I think it has more to do with our current society than the devil. This may seem unrelated, but I want to talk briefly about young single men. In the 12th century, the word bachelor referred to a few things. One was a knight in training, implying a temporary or subordinate status. Bachelors have been subject to laws in many countries. In ancient Sparta and Rome, unmarried men were viewed with suspicion. Unmarried men were regarded as more likely to get drunk, fight, and engage in reckless behavior than the married men. And sure, unmarried women were also treated poorly, and some thought unmarried ladies risked being promiscuous and getting pregnant out of wedlock. But I think society wanted women married in order to keep us guys out of trouble. In the 3rd century, Claudius Aelian wrote that soldiers who are in love will fight better than those not in love, especially if they are married with children, because they had something to protect and go home to. My point on this is that everyone in history knew young men had to be trained up, because too many restless, bored, and aimless young men can really get up to a whole lot of bad things. A lot of these O9A affiliated guys dropped out of high school and were allowed to stay at home, play video games, and watch porn all day. And schools are far from what they used to be. Ancient schools focused on preparing citizens for civic life, military service, or specialized roles. with a curriculum that focused on literacy, music, gymnastics, philosophy, mathematics, rhetoric, and religious studies. And I think we are in dire need of getting back to some of this, because what these guys are spending their lives on the internet doing is catastrophic to some underage children. And if they're doing this as teenagers, what will they be like as unemployable and undateable men? As for why old and middle-aged rich guys and women who assist all of them are doing with the Epstein and Weinstein stuff, I have no idea what's going on with them. There are plenty of quotes throughout history on how easy it is to slowly walk your way into hell, whether real or metaphorical. It's a slow descent that's hardly noticeable until it's too late. The old "seek and you shall find" quote has always been true to some degree, so be careful what you're looking for, because you just might find it. Good night.